Welcome to the Burnt Brass Homestead channel. I was away camping the last few days on private property in a mountainous area. I wanted to bring with me healthy, nutritious, home-cooked meals that did not require any refrigeration. I had two options to accomplish this: dehydrating or freeze-drying the foods. I made some home fries as the base of my breakfast meals, rice, grounded breakfast meat with homegrown bell peppers, farm-raised scrambled eggs, and leafy greens. I used as little oil as possible when cooking the home fries and eggs to ensure they would dry with no issue. Here's how the food looked after freeze-drying it. I did not record me cooking the food or placing it on the trays. I didn't think it was necessary because you can pretty much freeze-dry any meal you cook at home. However, I recommend using as little oil as possible when cooking your meals if you want them to have a longer shelf life. Other than that, you can pretty much freeze dry anything except for butter, honey, jam, mayo, peanut butter, and syrup. Here I am dividing the meals into small portions for me to eat. I am weighing the food to get an idea of how much is enough for me for when I make future meals. I prefer not to make too much that I am wasting food. I would rather underportion these packages, as I can simply eat a piece of fruit if I am still hungry. With the breakfast meals complete, I get to working on the dinner. For dinner, the rice is the base. And to the rice, I add nutritious leafy greens that were cooked the same day they were picked. And to that, I add some leftover baked chicken and or leftover slow-cooked roast beef. I was running out of time, so I don't have a lot of video footage of me packing each meal. But here is a quick look at the spaghetti, the extra vegetables, and cooked pasta I freeze-dried. It is better to cook the pasta, then freeze-dry it so that it will reconstitute quicker. It also allows you to pour off the starchy water, which is necessary for me since these are one-pot meals. And here we are at the site. We will be camping for the next few days. Here's a look at the meals I will be eating for the duration of our stay. Now, there will be food prepared twice a day for us to eat. However, I wanted to take this opportunity to make and cook my own freeze-dried meals. For dinner, I have spaghetti and meat sauce, where I will be adding to that the extra vegetables I freeze-dried. I also have rice, leafy greens, chicken, and steak for dinner. For breakfast, I have home fries, cheesy eggs, and some minced homemade breakfast meat. All of these meals will be cooked in one pot to simplify things. It is about 8 a.m. in the morning, and it is time to prepare my first freeze-dried meal of the trip. I am not sure exactly how much water I would need, so I start by pouring the breakfast meal in the pot. Then I add enough water to just about cover the food. It took about 7 to 10 minutes for the breakfast meal to rehydrate, and as you can see, the food retained its texture. It is not soggy. The eggs and the home fries look the way they did before I freeze-dried them. Later in the day, I prepared the spaghetti and meat sauce the same way. I ended up adding more water to the spaghetti to make it saucy. I also added some of the extra veggies to the spaghetti sauce to ensure I was getting enough vegetables in all of my meals. I was really satisfied with how all the meals turned out. This is something you can incorporate in your food pantry for your children or husband to make quick meals in your absence by simply adding water to them. Here I am preparing some of the extra vegetables to complement one of the meals the cooks prepared on site. Now, originally the goal was to cook all of my meals on the Mr. Buddy heater, but while it was chilly some nights, for the most part, the daytime temperatures were comfortable. Therefore, I prepared the meals on our portable stove outside of the tent. I again demonstrate how the vegetables and all of the food held their texture after being rehydrated. This is one of the rice meals I am preparing for dinner. I would venture to say the rice meals took the most amount of water. But like the other meals, this too turned out pretty good. Preparing my own freeze-dried meals allowed me to customize the taste to my liking using quality ingredients from my garden, and it costs much, much less than Mountain House, Backpacker's Pantry, My Patriot Supply, and all the other freeze-dried companies out there. And if you don't have a freeze dryer, no worries. You can accomplish this same thing using a dehydrator. Just note, it takes a little longer for dehydrated foods to rehydrate compared to freeze-dried foods. At least that has been my experience. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If so, please consider subscribing as well as liking this video to help this small channel to grow.